Hey folks, we are live. Here on YouTube. Just checking out a couple of things, making sure our levels are good, making sure everything looks and sounds correct. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Of course, our live stream of the Winter League Challenge Finals. We have the Asiago Aeroplanes, as we can see here, versus the Provolone Pandas. I'm just going to make one last note before I get into the breakdown of everything. Just coming off a Zoom meeting for work, so that's always fun. Late at night. It's good stuff. Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you, Joey. So, yeah, thank you everyone for joining us here with the Winter League Challenge, the finals. Asiago Aeroplanes versus the Provolone Pandas. Of course, last night we watched the Pandas beat the Aeroplanes in game number 1, 5-2. Lushly pitched a gem, and she did a great job for the Pandas. For them sloths, Panda sloths. Did a great job, and really ate up some innings, and that's what the Pandas bullpen needed, which was really good. The Aeroplanes kind of struggled to string together some hits and some runs. I would say they struggled to get runs in, too, in game number 2, although they won 3-2. Sloth does. Let's do this, says Joey. Yeah, so they struggled to get a lot of runs in game number 2, the Aeroplanes, but so did the Pandas. So the Pandas typically, like I've mentioned before, typically strike, you know, 4th, 5th inning. That's when they typically do their damage, and they just didn't get it together in game number 2. So the series is tied up, folks, and that's what we got tonight. Of course, you see there on the screen, Shark Hollister pitching today for the Aeroplanes. Hollister is their big ace. I'm just looking one of their aces, and last time he pitched, I am looking, game number 15, the Aeroplanes won. I believe that was actually the deciding game between the Aeroplanes and Flamers. The Aeroplanes won 9-5, and this is, I believe, his last, yeah, this is his second outing, I suppose. For Whistle Bender on the Pandas side, he started, I'm looking in the wrong thing. Whistle Bender started game number 6. That was game number 2 of the Pandas Boomerang series, of course. They lost that 11-0 because he has quite the inflated ERA. He's pitched a couple other times. You can see he's 1-1 so far in the tournament, and we're just going to get right into this, folks, and watch this game. Thank you again for joining us here. Cheese League Baseball on Geek Cheese on YouTube. This is our Winter League Challenge tournament. We had 8 teams all leading up to this, as we see our starting lineups here from the Aeroplanes and the Provolone Pandas. Of course, 8 teams all sponsored by the Big Cheese. That's why we have Asiago and Provolone proudly represented here. The Big Cheese, thank you so much for sponsoring all of our Winter League Challenge teams. First pitch, Carlisle Hardcore leads it off in the DH spot for the Aeroplanes, as here's our look at Bender. Slew of fastballs. That one's hit to Frigate, and that's out number 1.
Now batting,
Bugby steps in. 405, 2 homers, 10 RBIs for Bugby so far, the center fielder in this tournament. Bender, like I said, slew of fastballs. That one is hit. Oh, Marin with a nice diving stop, and just gets him. Beats him by half step.
Now batting, the left fielder,
Mattingly. 2-seamer, 4-seamer, cutter, slider, and the curveball. For Bender, that one is carrying, but Quintana is there, and that is out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go down the Aeroplanes in order. We go now to the bottom half of the inning. Marin leads it off for the home team. Provolone Pandas here at beautiful Socorro Hills. The only all-dirt infield that we have here in Cheese League Baseball, Winter League Challenge, and Super Mega Baseball 3. 1 and 2 now on Marin. And got him. Got him swinging there. And that brings up Emmy Corker, 414. 5 homers, 12 RBIs. Now, that's a base hit up the middle. I was just going to say, Corker was injured. She had an injury in game number 16 of the, actually I think that was game number 1 of the semifinals. Mallards and Pandas. She was injured, so she's looking well now, and that's great for the Pandas. Here's Quintana, looks at a ball inside, 2 and 1. 3 and 1 now on Quintana. They might just walk her, and they do. Everybody's been walking Quintana. She must lead the Winter League Challenge in walks because she seems to just walk 1,000 times. Here's Frigate, 43, 5 homers, 12 RBIs with a big power hitting catcher, or power hitting first baseman, I apologize. Ball outside, 2 and 1 to Frigate. And swung through that one. 98 from Hollister. That's his fastball. Slider, curveball, and change are also in his arsenal. That one's popped up, and that's the infield fly called. And that is out number 2. Here's Linda Lumber.
Number 35.
Not really been that effective so far in this tournament. That's a ball inside, 2-0. And ripped, but foul. Three and 1, good hitters count here for Lumber. And that hanging breaking pitch to McIntyre. That is out number 3, and we go to the top of the second. Part of the order due up for the Asiago Aeroplanes. We had a nice panning look there at beautiful Socorro Hills here in Super Mega Baseball 3. I'd like to thank one of our newer sponsors here too, Steel Sports Briefs, protection where it counts. 3 and 1 now on Russell. And now the full count. Bender delivers. And that is, oh, Hamilton, nice diving stop. Out number 1.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Ash McIntyre steps in. 452, 1 homer, 2 RBIs for the shortstop here for the Aeroplanes. 1 and 1. Ripped up the middle. A 1-out base knock. Aeroplanes have a base runner, and if I do recall,
Now batting,
actually I think, I was going to say McIntyre runs quite well, but he doesn't. I'm thinking of Mattingly, I believe, on this Aeroplanes. That's a hit up the middle from Frown. So 2 on, 1 out now. Aeroplanes looking to strike first as McKenna Howell steps in. Playing first base today. Swings through that one. Looked like a changeup there. No, it wasn't a changeup. I don't know what that was. Cutter. Marin to Hamilton. To Frigate for the 5-4-3 double play. And that brings us to the bottom of the second. 6, 7, and 8 due here for the Provolone Pandas. Teddy Everett steps in, 280, no homers, 2 RBIs. And that one is hit. Oh, Russell snares it. Beautiful play there. Miguel Russell at third base. A lot of Price now. And swings through that one. That looked like the changeup. Had her all out in front. 96 there from Hollister. He's more velocity accuracy pitcher, but his stats are pretty off the charts. 2 and 2. Got her. Got her looking at that big looping curveball. It's like a 12-6 almost curve. Like Barry Zito back in the day when he was pitching for the Oakland A's. He had this beautiful 12-6 curveball. Hit right to Howell, and that's out number 3. 8, 9, and 1 now due up for the Aeroplanes. Pretty quiet. Pretty quiet here for the Aeroplanes and for the Pandas so far. There's a strike to Keller. 0-2. And a base hit up the middle. So this was kind of the Aeroplanes' MO. They get some runners on base, but driving them in. Game number 1, they couldn't really muster it. Game number 2, they even struggled, but pitching is what helped save them in game number 2. They're only able to score 3 runs, and they check on, ooh boy, check on the runner. Nice pickoff move there by Bender, and this should be 2. The 1 to 6 to 3, and that's the double play.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Here's Hardcore,
number
and top of the
47.
order, he's 0 for 1 so far today. And whoa, swinging over top of that one. And 1, 2, 3, Hardcore down on strikes. Quiet top of the 3rd. Let's see what the Pandas can do here in the bottom half of the frame. Thank you again for joining us here on YouTube for this Winter League Challenge Finals game. Of course, we're going to do game number 3. That's this game right now. And then game number 4 will be right after this. Popped up. Foul ball. Padilla catching again today, so no slubby. And there's strike 3. Good pitch there from Holliston. Moves up top of the order, and Marin, who's 0 for 1. Contact versus righties, high pitch, both activated here. For Marin, boy, he got all out in front of that one. That one's hit into right center gap. That's extra bases for sure. Going for 2. He might be going for 3. He is. Throw to Keller. And Nelson Marin with a 1-out triple. That brings up Emmy Corker, who has a single so far today. Marin runs quite well, too, so. Oh, they're coming home. And look at that. The Pandas strike first. That was almost like a suicide squeeze, but it was an excuse me kind of swing. To Keller, that's out number 3, but the Pandas, they get a run here in the bottom of the 3rd. Almost like an, oops, I didn't mean to hit that, but broken bat, and the run scores. So, Pandas strike first. Let's see what the Aeroplanes can do here in the top of the 4th as Bugbee steps in. 2, 3, and 4 due up for them. 1 and 2, and pitch in the dirt. Good block behind the plate there by Padilla. It's a solid defender. It's Price, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, the left
Here's
fielder,
Trey Mattingly, 0 for 1.
23.
I just realized Mattingly is playing left field today. Typically, as that's a shattered bat, typically Mattingly would be the Aeroplane's shortstop. So, I don't know if he's out of position or that might be a secondary for him. Nonetheless, he's walked, and Mattingly runs quite well. So let's see if the Aeroplanes can string together a couple of hits, maybe get a run in, tie this ball game. Here is Miguel Russell. One thing you do have to watch out for is Bender and that great pickoff move. That's fouled away. Slandoff band name called it. And got him. Inside part of the plate. Ooh, too tight for my liking. But Russell is down on strikes. And that brings up McIntyre now with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. There was that band, the Abominable Iron Sloth. They're a pretty solid band. Little doomcore band. Doom metal. 3-0 to McIntyre. McIntyre's playing shortstop today. 3-1. Oh, plunked him. Plunked him right. Sounded like right on the thigh. So should be no injury there. You just don't rub it. And that one gets away from Padilla. Runners advance. So a little string of mishaps here for the Pandas. Let's see if the Aeroplanes can capitalize. Here's Kobe Frown. Strike 2, 1 and 2 now. And ball almost got him chasing. 2 and 2. Popped up. Everett is there, and the Aeroplanes leave runners on 2nd and 3rd, unable to drive them in. Go to the bottom of the 4th now. That brings up Frigate, heart of the order, due up for them. Oh my, crossed up Patrick on the plate, it appears. And again, it crossed up Patrick. 3-0 to Frigate. And that one off of Hollister. Can they recover? He's safe. Oh boy, if that was in the majors, actually might have been a headphones kind of moment there. He looked like he might have been out by a half step, but Ty goes to the runner. Base hit up the middle, and they don't send the runner to third, so we have 2 on, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th here for the Provolone Pandas. And Teddy Everett steps in. Teddy Everett sporting the classic Fu Manchu. And that one is a swing and a miss, and gets away from Patrick. Might have been a hit and run action there. Somebody got crossed up. That's foul off the screen. 1 and 2. And now 2 and 2. Try to get him to chase high. And they actually might end up walking him here. They walk him. That puts a runner on first. No, instead he's swinging away, and that one is gone. A 3-run ding-dong. Teddy Everett. 388-foot shot, his first homer, 5th RBI of the tournament. And the Provolone Pandas take the 4-0 lead. This is typically when they start striking back. Here is Hollister. Sorry, here is Hardin coming in relief of Hollister as Elena Price steps in. The bats have awoken indeed. That one has popped up. Bugby in center field. That's out number 1 of this inning. Here's Hamilton over 1.
Number 23.
I'd like to just make note. There's a strike 1 and 2 on Hamilton. Foul ball. I'd like to make note that although I'm wearing a dark blue shirt, and it looks like I could be wearing an aeroplane shirt, I have I have no allegiance to these teams. I am not biased. I am a professional fake baseball commentator. That was out number 2, and that brings up Padilla, number 9 hitter for the Pandas. Looks at a strike, 2 and 1. We've seen Marker Hardin come out of the bullpen quite a bit here for the Aeroplanes, and he's pretty solid. You see the ERA 2.16. And got him. Padilla down on strikes. Stops the bleeding. Provolone Pandas get 3 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. We go to the top of the 5th, and the bottom 3rd of the order is up for the Asiago Aeroplane. Boy, Socorro Hills is now sounds alive. Sounds like these fans really, really want this. That is hit to Hamilton. That's out number 1.
The second baseman, number 18.
Here's River Keller. Ball high. Oh, that's way inside there. 3 and 1 now on Keller. And there's a strike, 3 and 2. Fouled away down the left side. And popped up. Lots of foul territory here at Socorro Hills, so it should be no issue. Marin, and it's not. Here's Butters Patrick, 0 for 1. I think these fans really want it because the Provolone Pandas, they faced off against the deadly power-hitting Bree Boomerangs in the first round of this tournament. And Boomerangs, I mean, that first game was 12-inning marathon, 15-11, then the Boomerangs crushed them 11-0. And that one is jacked, but that is foul down the line. Boy, Patrick really turned around on that one, and that's a walk there from Bender.
Now batting,
here's
the
Hardcore,
designated hitter,
0 for 2,
number 47.
leadoff hitter. 71 pitches here for Bender in the top of the 5th, so not very economical out there on the mound. His strike-to-ball ratio is probably a little askew. And just eat it. Oh, no, no, wow. If that was me, if I was coaching, I'd just like, eat it. But no, he was able to throw him out. Not a lot of hustle there from Carlisle Hardcore running down the line. Again, if I was coaching him, I would probably bench him for that lack of hustle. This is the finals, after all. Marin grounds to McIntyre. That's out number 1. And here's Eddie Corker, 1 for 2, single and an RBI. I was saying the Pandas face off against the deadly Boomerangs, big power hitting ball club. And then they had to deal with the Mallards, who I had leading my bracket for sure. And they dealt with them handily. So these fans won it. That one's hit to Keller. And that is out number 2. Aeroplanes fans, they definitely wouldn't mind the win either. They dealt with the Flamers the first round, but then they really battled against the Gouda Great Apes, as that's lined to Keller for out number 3. Battle against the Gouda Great Apes went to 5 games in the semifinals, so
Now batting the center fielder.
they certainly want this as well. And McGillies is coming in the top of the 6th here for Provolone Pandas. They lead at 4-0. Jared Bugby steps in for the Aeroplanes. 2, 3, and 4 due up for them. Boy, McGillies is, I think he's pitched every single game. He's really been used. And that one is ripped, and that's gone. Boy, that is a line drive gone awry. Jared Bugby. 3rd homer, 11th RBI of the tournament, and that puts the Asiago Aeroplanes on the board. Man, he just kind of turned on that one, didn't he? Here's Trey Mattingly, and that's a rip through the left side. So maybe the bats have awoken here for the Asiago Aeroplanes.
Third baseman, number 53.
0 for 2 is Miguel Russell. Good speed on the base pass here for the Aeroplanes. Nobody out, top of the 6th. And ooh, swinging through that 96 inside heat from McGillies. 1 and 2 on Russell, and that's a ball outside. I was just thinking that. Throw him that nice little slider. If you're outside, and then slider, bust him down. Good pitching there from McGillies. So that's 1 out. Ash McIntyre steps in. And man, that slider has some great bite on it. Oh, and they catch him. They catch him leaning over there. And that's out number 2. What a mistake on the base pass there for Trey Mattingly. Now 2 outs. McIntyre looks at ball 3. 3 and 1. And strike 2, full count. And walked him. So instead of 2 on, 1 out, we now have 1 on, 2 outs. That big base running blunder. Here's Kobe Frown. Ball outside, 1 and 1. And grounded to Price. She goes the long way to Frigate. And that is the final out. The Aeroplanes do get a run on that homer. Laser down the line from Bugby. Provolone Pandas still lead at 4-1 here in the bottom of the 6th. There's a strike from Hardin. Hit to Russell. Out number 1. Linda Lumber 1 for 2, a single so far today. And ooh, Howell with a nice diving stop over there at first base. Brings up Teddy Everett. Ball outside. And there's a strike. Two and 2 now on Everett. And a lazy roller to Keller for out number 3. And top of the 7th, folks. Bottom third of the order due up here for the Asiago Aeroplanes.
The first baseman.
And let's see if they can tie it up. And Idle comes in. And facing off against Howell. And quickly throws 2 balls. There's a looping curveball from Idle. And now 3 and 1. Good hitters count. And boy, that's not what you want to see. Coming out of the bullpen, it's not what you want to see from your
Number 18.
reliever. Comes in, walks the first person he sees, and throws a ball here to Keller. And there's a strike. Maybe the nerves getting to idle. And there's a strike. 98 in the gun. He's got some gas. And that one gets away from Padilla. Runner advances. So runner on second now. And that one's popped up, and I think that's going to get off the screen. Yes, it does. 2-2 to Keller. Popped up. Padilla should have room right in front of the Asiago Aeroplanes dugout, rather. There's Patrick, 0 for 1. There's a strike. 1 out, runner on second. Patrick has had a slew of great games here. Lots of RBIs over the past couple of games. A little swinging bunt, and they throw down to third to get the lead runner. A bold move there.
Number 47.
They get the lead runner, and that's out number 2. So the Aeroplanes down to their final out now. 2-0 on hardcore. Strike. 2-1. 2-2 now. And got him swinging. And the Provolone Pandas win game number 3, 4-1. And how about that, folks? Let's take a look at the lines. 1-5-0 for the Asiago Aeroplanes, 4-5-0 for the Provolone Pandas. Those, you know, it doesn't sound like a lot, 5 hits, but the Pandas were economical with those 5 hits. And the Aeroplanes, just a couple of those base running blunders, a couple of things just didn't come together for them. Let's take a look here at the offensive side of things. The Aeroplanes, those hits coming from, nobody had a multi-hit game, so Bugby, Mattingly, McIntyre, Frown, and Keller. RBI coming from the home run from Bugby, a little laser down the right field line. 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Those 4 walks, you know, again, they were only able to score 1 run. They left a lot of people on base, a lot of opportunities missed for the Aeroplanes. On the Panda side, again, nobody had a multi-hit game. We got hits from Marin, Corker, Frigate, Lumber, and Everett. Of course, Everett with a 3-run ding-dong, and then Corker with an RBI as well. 1 walk, only 1 walk, but 5 strikeouts. Slow. Split. it just gets worse and worse. Splandoloths, Slandos, Sloth Pandas, Panda Sloths. Bender gets the win, Hollister gets the loss, and Idle gets the save. So Bender's second win of the tournament, and Hollister's first loss. Take a look at the top 3 players. Teddy Everett, 1 for 3, homer, 3 RBIs, and a run. Whistle Bender, of course, for the Pandas. He pitched a great game. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and then Bugby gets the shout out. Of course, he had that home run, RBI, and a run. All right, folks. I don't know what nonsense Joey's typing in there. Splandolopsis. Sloth Panda, Panda Sloths. So that is how game number 3 ends with this 5-game set. Provolone Pandas now lead the series 2-1. I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back for game number 4 of this 5-game set. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Alright, told you it'd be quick, folks. So real quick step away as we apply lip balm and get ready for game number 4 here of this 5-game set. So the Provolone Pandas with that win, 4-1 in game number 3. With a win right now, they would take the series, they would win the finals, they would win the Winter League Challenge. So let's take a look here quick. Steve Dickerson on the mound for the Asiago Aeroplanes. He has a record of 1-0, 4.72 ERA, pretty darn good. And he's been pretty good in all of his outings so far. So first game set with the Flamers, he pitched. The Aeroplanes won 8-6. He also pitched in, I believe that was game number 1 of the semifinals with the Gouda Great Apes, and the Aeroplanes won that game 5-3. So he's a pretty solid pitcher. Oh, he actually started game number 5 as well for the Aeroplanes in against the Great Apes, that deciding game 5, and the Aeroplanes won 5-0. So he's got a pretty good track record with wins with the team. Let's see, Steve Diaz on the other side. The Battle of Steves here. Look at that, the Battle of Steves. Band name called it. So Steve Diaz, also a great pitcher, 1-0 with a 2.08 ERA for the Pandas. He pitched game number 3 in the series versus the Boomerangs. Of course, the Pandas won that 7-2. He also pitched in the deciding game with the Mallards, and the Pandas won that game 4-0. So he's pitched one last time than Dickerson, but nonetheless, pretty solid pitcher for the Provolone Pandas too. See, they're kind of both velocity pitchers. Dickerson definitely has the leg up, but let's see what happens here, folks. Game number 4, possibly the deciding game. Thank you so much for watching us here, Geek Cheese on YouTube. Appreciate the love and support. As always, here are the starting lineups for both teams. Slubby is in catching today for the Provolone Pandas in this game. And Jared Bugby leads it off.
Number 21.
For the Aeroplanes. And Diaz throws the ball low. Grounded to Marin. And that is out number 1. Here's Mattingly.
Shortstop. Number
See his average 26, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Diaz, 4-seamer, cutter, slider, curveball, and changeup. Like I said, he's bigger on velocity than junk and accuracy, so might have a little trouble with the zone, but he's got the stuff to be a lights-out pitcher nonetheless. And full count to Mattingly, and walked him. And I imagine we're going to end up seeing a lot of that with Diaz.
Now batting the third baseman.
But possibly too with Dickerson. Dickerson, I don't think, is the most accurate pitcher either. There's a good pitch to Russell, who's looking tense at the plate. Nonetheless, power versus righties, contact versus righties is activated. And here's 2-1. That one's fouled away. 2-2 now on Russell with good speed in the base pass. And fouled again back toward the booth. 2-2. And into the stands. 2-2. And full count. And walked him. So that brings up Ash McIntyre with 2 on, 1 out here in the top of the first, and a real great chance for the Aeroplanes to strike first. Double steal action. They try Slubby's arm, but she throws him out. And now there's 2 outs with the runner on second. And 3-1 to McIntyre. There's a strike. Diaz works back. Full count. And a base hit up the middle. That should score a run. Corker fires home. And cut off by Frigate. There was no chance anyway. The Aeroplanes take the 1-0 lead.
Number 26.
So 2 outs. Sherry Drupa, runner on first. That's hit to Marin. And that is the final out of the inning. So the Aeroplanes strike first. Let's see what the Provolone Pandas can do. As we take a look here at Dickerson on the mound. 4-seamer, slider, screwball, and the changeup. So that screwball has that lateral movement, kind of an odd kind of pitch. That looked like it was going to hit his head. 2-1. 97 on the gun there from Dickerson. That looked like the screwball there. And that's a base hit up the middle. You see that has that movement. I don't have a baseball near me. Has that movement. It's kind of lateral, kind of comes in. It's a really strange pitch and very difficult to throw. Here's Corker now with good speed in the base pass. No outs, bottom of the first. 1-1 on Corker. Like I said, Dickerson's not the most accurate pitcher either, and definitely has lights out stuff. Good block by Patrick behind the plate. And walked her. There's a great pitcher as Quintana steps in. Back in the day, they used to call him. They used to call his manager. They used to call his manager Two-Pack, because whenever they put in this pitcher, I forget, it might have been for the Mets or the Yankees or something back in the day. Whenever they put in the pitcher, the manager would go and smoke cigarettes, as that's a grounder and that's a double play. The runner moves to third. The manager would put in this pitcher, and he would pretty much guarantee the full count, and he would stress out the manager so much. They called the manager, his nickname in the clubhouse was Two-Pack, or the nickname for the pitcher was Two-Pack, because every time pitcher would come in, the manager would go down the hallway and smoke 2 packs of cigarettes and just be so stressed out. That's hit the Mattingly. That's out number 3, and the Pandas don't get a run. Those little anecdotes about baseball throughout its 100-plus year history, probably 150-plus year history, is what I love about this game. What I love about Super Mega Baseball 3 is that it allows me to create my own teams and have lots of fun with them. Oh, nice catch there by Marin in foul territory. So I highly suggest, if you're watching this right now, pick up Super Mega Baseball 3. And that was fouled away. We are not sponsored nor endorsed by Super Mega Baseball 3 in any way. I just love this game. It's just fun. Great arcade style simulator, baseball simulator. Lots of features too. Lots and lots of features, and they just updated it with new layers for creating your logos. So 2 outs now. I'll stop chatting about other things. 2 outs. McKenna Howell looks at strike 2 from Diaz, and that's a base hit up the middle. 2-out base knock. So Butters Patrick steps in.
Number 25.
Runner on first, top of the second, and that one is popped up, and Corker is there. That's the final out. Hope you are all doing well at home, folks. I know this has been a tough year for a lot of us, and wishing you all the best here this holiday season. It's December 23rd. If you celebrate Christmas, a couple days away, hopefully you're going to have a good one. If you celebrate other holidays, I wish you a happy holiday, whatever you celebrate, because that one is a ball high, and Dickerson walks her. Brings up Teddy Everett, who had a homer his last game. At Geek Cheese HQ, it's been a crazy day and a crazy holiday season. That one is jacked. Does that have the distance? No. It's going to stay in the ballpark. Bugby catches it on the short hop. Runner's coming home, and it's an RBI double. And man, he gave that a ride. He gave that a ride. Holy cow. Bugby played that well because, you know, that short hops the wall, potentially gets away from you. Then you got a runner on third, where potentially the ball getting away from you, run scores. So good Good on Bugby for being able to catch that on the short hop off the wall. Price down on strikes, and that brings up Hamilton with 1 out. Runner on second here for the Provolone Pandas. This is where that accuracy really comes into play, because you don't want to give the Pandas any free runs here. You don't want to give them any free base runners, as Mattingly fields and fires, just gets out down there. And now Slubby steps in. Fan favorite backup catcher Slubby. So ball high, and there's ball 2. 2 outs, runner on second. There's a strike, bottom of the second. And a check. Boy, I hate that pickoff move. Let me tell you, folks, I hate that pickoff move so much. If you throw that ball into center field, runner comes to third, and it's a recipe for disaster. Grounded to Mattingly, should be the final out, and it is of the inning. So the Pandas get 1 run here. They tied up. We go to the top of the third, and it's actually the top of the order due up here for Asiago Aeroplanes.
Number 21.
Again, if you're just joining us, thank you so much. This is the Winter League Challenge. Final games here. Game number 4 of this 5-game set. 5 games are needed. 1 and 2 on Rugby. There's ball blown away. 2 and 2. And a big looping curve, but full count. And got him. I don't think Bugby was looking for a curveball there, especially when Diaz is so erratic. That brings up Mattingly. Looks at a strike from Diaz. 1 and 1 now. Strike 2, 1 and 2 to Mattingly. Let's take a look here at Diaz, and got him. High outside Cheddar.
Now batting.
And here's Miguel Russell, who walked his first time.
Number 53.
Power and contact versus righties both activated. Looking more neutral. He did start the game looking a little tense at the plate. And he's looking good now. Hits a base hit through the right side. So 2 out base runner here. For Ash McIntyre is 1 for 1 so far. Contact versus righties activated for him as well. And grounded up the middle. Slow little worm burner there. Corker fires the third. Can they get him? Safe. Very close play at third.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 26.
Here's Sherry Droop now. Runners on the corners. 2 outs, top of the third. Ball high, 2-0. And 3-0 on Droop. There's a strike. Diaz tries to work back. And full count. And got her looking. So the Aeroplanes leave a pair of runners on base. Going to the bottom half of the frame, and it's actually the top of the order due up now for the Provolone Pandas. Look at that. Nelson Marin steps in. So a strike from Dickerson high and outside. That one is ripped. Oh, that's off Mattingly's glove. Can't recover, he just eats it. And that brings up Corker. Walked her first time up. Pretty good speed there on the base pass. Exceptional speed, actually, on the base pass here for the Pandas. There's a strike, 1 and 1. And 1 and 2 on Corker. Runner goes. They're testing Patrick's arm. He's safe. I believe that was a ball high. 2 and 2 now. And that is ripped to Howell. She snares it. It's out number 1. Here's Quintana's 0 for 1. Quintana's a deadly hitter. Like I said, everybody seems to walk her. So, yeah, first base open. Mattingly goes to... I don't know what he's doing there. I don't know why he's running on that. It's hit to the left side. You should... It's just an ugly, ugly base running mistake right there. Hit to the left side. You stay at second base. You let them get the runner out at first. You keep your runner in scoring position. Basic baseball principles. Baseball 101. Here's Frigate now with 2 outs. Runner on first here in the bottom of the third. And it's slowly turning into a pitcher's duel here, folks. ripped to Russell. That's out number 3. And some, you know, base running mistakes. Simple base running mistakes really costing both of these teams some runs for sure. There's Bam Fry. Let's take a look here. We'll do a little temp check on Diaz. That one's fouled away. That was his 55th pitch. Velocity, accuracy, and jump meters all look pretty good. Maybe a half tank of gas left. That one is hit in the left field. Silly Mattingly indeed, Joey.
Number 28.
Kobe Frown steps in, and there's a check on the runner at first. Good speed on the base pass. 2-0 now on Frown, and there's a big curveball. 3-0, and there's a strike. I actually can't imagine Diaz is going to last much longer. This may be his last hitter, as that one is skied out toward center field. Corker tracks it down.
Now batting, the
And
first
here's
baseman,
Howell, 1 for
number
1 with a
10.
single. 1 out. Ooh, that's off Slubby's glove. Does that get into the dugout? It doesn't. So, runner advances to second. Let's see, do you just walk Howell? Try to get her ground out. You might walk Howell. That's kind of what I would do. Do the unintentional, intentional walk. Well, they're going right at her. 3-2. And got her. Down on strikes. Here is Butters Patrick.
Number
1
25.
for 1. Looking strained. He's caught a lot of games, a lot of innings this tournament. And quickly 0-2 on Patrick. And just over the leaping head of Hamilton. And Quintana fields the run, scores. It's an RBI single for Patrick, and the Aeroplanes take the 2-1 lead.
Now batting,
And look at that.
the center
You know,
fielder.
Butters Patrick is what, 11 RBIs, and now McIntosh comes in. I would have pulled Diaz just a batter, like 1 or 2 batters before. It's the top of the order now. But Butters Patrick, he is, what, 12 RBIs now. And that one is off of Slubby again. She's having a rough game behind the plate. But I would have pulled, Butters Patrick. That one is ripped down the right field line. That's going to score a run for sure. And kind of mishandled out there by Quintana. The Aeroplanes take the 3-1 lead.
Now batting, the shortstop.
And here's Trey Mattingly 0 for 1 with a walk. But Patrick has been such a clutch hitter. As that one is ripped down the left field line. Into the corner again. And it's an RBI double. And the Aeroplanes take the 4-1 lead.
Now batting,
So the
third
bats
baseman,
are heating up.
number
They have
53.
awoken here for the Asiago Aeroplanes in the top of the 4th. With 2 outs, runner on second. And Miguel Russell up to the plate. Ground to the Marin. That is the final out. And I don't know what's happening, Joey. I think the Aeroplanes are starting to really get Diaz, and, you know, giving up some free base runners, lots of walks, throwing lots of balls. It just puts you in a tough situation as a pitcher. Oh boy, Lumber's hit right on the lumbar part of her of the back. So that brings up Teddy Everett, and talk about free base runners. Free base runners here. We got a runner on first. And Everett swings over that one. And that is out number 1. Here's Lamont Price. Over 1. Runner on first. Bottom of the 4th. Asiago Aeroplanes lead at 4-1. And that one is hit foul. 1-2 on Price. Got her swinging. Huh. You know, here's Hamilton over 1. Dickerson, you can see his accuracy meter in the red. 67 pitches here at bottom of the fourth. Probably about less than half a tank of gas left in his stamina, but he's just really mowing through this Provolone Pandas lineup. Hamilton hits that one high and far. Does that have the distance? No, off the wall. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if Fry thought that might go, but the run scores, and it's an RBI double for Hamilton. And that actually drives Dickerson from the game. Here's Midtown. Great speed at second base as Sluppy steps in. Can she redeem herself from having that rough inning behind the plate? Check on the runner there. I just hate that move. And Sluppy slings through that. 2-2 now. And got her. Strike three, that ends the inning, but Provolone Pandas get a run back. It's a 4-2 ball game. A lot of baseball left here, folks. A lot of baseball left. Ash McIntyre now steps in. 2 for 2. Lead it off here. Heart of the order due up for the Aeroplanes in the top of the fifth. 2-1 on McIntyre. Well, ball way high. Wow, that was what's happening there. And, you know, walks continue to plague these Pandas pitchers as Sherry Droop steps in. Ripped into the left center gap. Extra bases for sure, and that should be an RBI double. Corker fires in, hits the cutoff. Price, no chance. It's a 5-2 ball game. Aeroplanes continue to tack on some runs. And that brings up Bam Fry. Hit into left field right in front of Everett. No chance to send the runner. Everett throws it all the way home now. Missed the cutoff there. So runners on the corners. Nobody out here. Top of the fifth. Kobe Frown up to the plate. And I imagine McIntosh has to get pulled. You know, after this hitter, his meters, you see velocity, junk, accuracy, some movement there, looking tense. Ball in the dirt there. Good block by Slubby behind the plate. 3-2 on Frown. They could force a double play here. No, that sneaks through the left side. And it's a 6-2 ball game. That brings up Howell. He has to get pulled. Yeah, Bunt Benson's coming in. Benson's a pretty solid reliever here for the Provolone Pandas. Maybe try to stop this bleeding. Nobody out yet, folks. Nobody out here in the top of the fifth. 1-2 on Howell. Got her swinging. Good pitch there from Benson. 1-2, or 1 for 2. That is what Butters Patrick is today. With one out, runners on first and second. Now Patrick, like I said, he's been a hit machine, a clutch hitter for these Asiago Aeroplanes. Can they force him to ground into a double play, though? Keep that ball low. Don't put it in his wheelhouse. Like that, but maybe not that. Runners coming home. Quintana fires. And Frigate cuts it off. There's no chance anyway. It's a 7-2 ball game.
The center fielder.
And boy, this is just keeps getting uglier and uglier for these Provolone Pandas. They check on the runner. He is safe. So 2 on, 1 out. Bugby at the top of the order up now. And that's a base hit up the middle. Corker fields it off the wall. 1 run comes home. Price kind of held on to it for some reason. And oh boy, it's a 9-2 ball game. That was a 2 RBI double. Wow, this is just kind of all falling apart here for the Provolone Pandas. And especially for Bunt Benson, who's been such a solid reliever for the Pandas. 1-2 now. Got him. There's out number 2. A much-needed strikeout there. And that brings up Miguel Russell's single and a walk so far for him today. There's a grounded to Price. And I am just flabbergasted, folks. A 5-run top of the 5th. The Asiago Aeroplanes now lead it 9-2 as we go to the bottom half of the inning. And Nelson Marin is going to lead it off. Top of the order here for the Pandas. Again, we've seen them score a lot of runs from the 5th inning on and just dominate the ball game. So can they do that? Oh, Howell with a nice catch there. Leaping catch. There's Corker, 0 for 1 with a walk with 1 out, bottom of the 5th. We've seen them do it before. Yeah, they've done it before. Grounder to Howell, that's out number 2.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 12.
That brings up Quintana. She grounds, I apologize, to McIntyre. And a quick 1-2-3 inning there. So 4, 5, and 6, hard to the order due up for the Asiago Aeroplanes. McIntyre's 2 for 2. He's just crushing the ball today. Grounded to Price. That's out number 1. If they can get a quick inning here and get those Pandas hitters back up, that would be fantastic and maybe have a chance to come back now. That's a base hit up the middle. I believe that was Sherry Druid. Now, one benefit for the Provolone Pandas is that, again, we've seen them come back. We've seen them, just crush the ball. They have home field advantage here. So, now was ripped foul for Bam Fry. Runner on first, 1 out here, top of the 6th. And that one is hit. And, oh, nice little catch there in the short hop by Everett. Saves that from going all the way to the wall. And Benson is pulled. Here's Idle. We just saw him last game. With 2 on, 1 out here, top of the 6th. Kobe Frown steps in. So Pandas, like I said, a 1-2-3 at bat there for Frown. Breaks out. Here's Howell. 3 with a single. So they could still come back and win this game. Quite the mountain to climb, though. Good pitch there from Idle, 0-2. And almost got her to chase high and outside. Buster down and in. Buster inside. Hamilton with the diving catch. That's out number 3. And heart of the order due up. You see, not a lot doing there. Frigate hasn't had a hit today. Yeah, just not a lot doing here for the Pandas. Grounder to McIntyre to lead off at the bottom of the 6th. Then the Lumber, a walk hit by pitch. Just a base hit to start something. That's all you need. That's a hit to Mattingly, but that's out number 2. And Pandas. We're just looking to start something here. Here's Everett, and that's a base hit. All right, Pandas fans, let's start a little 2-out rally here. Elena Price comes in 0 for 2. She's due today. A string of hits. A lot happens with 2. I used to tell my little leaguers when I coached. A lot happens with 2. 0-2 on Price. And 1-2. And there's a hit to Mattingly. That is out number 3. A lot happens with 2 that could be a motto for the year of 2020. When you're down in the count, you can still have a chance to make an impact. So to turn it around. That's 2020. Butters Patrick hits a base hit up the middle to lead off the top of the 7th. The Asiago Aeroplanes lead at 9-2. And here's Jared Bugby. 21. And the top of the order here too. That's a foul ball. Be interesting to see how many walks the Asiago Aeroplanes actually drew throughout this game. Diaz was throwing a lot of balls there at the beginning of the game. 1-2 now, Bugby. Ball high and inside, 2-2. And Idle struggling to find the zone there. Got him. Down on strikes. Goes Bugby, and that brings up Mattingly 1 for 3, a double walk and an RBI with 1 out. And, oh, Hamilton with a nice snag there. So 2 outs now. Miguel Russell steps in, 1 for 3 so far today. So thank you again, folks, for checking in with us, for hanging out here at the Winter League Challenge. And that one gets away from Slubby. She's had a rough game behind the plate. Very rough game behind the plate. This is the Winter League Challenge of Cheese League Baseball, and watching some simulated fake baseball action here. Super Mega Baseball 3. The batter is walked. If you're not familiar with this game, it's a great baseball simulator, kind of in the ilk of King Griffey Jr. Baseball, Super Mega Baseball, or Super Bases Loaded back in the day, so it's lots of fun. 3-0 now to McIntyre as McKillies comes in to try to calm things down here. There's a strike. Full count. And got him, swinging. And he's not very happy with himself. But nonetheless, the Asiago Aeroplanes, they still lead at 9-2. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Of course, we only play 7 innings here in Cheese League Baseball and the Winter League Challenge. So let's see if the Pandas can come back. They have, again, quite the mountain to climb. That won't help. Hamilton pops it out to Bam Fry. That's out number 1. So if we do have a Game 5, folks, if the Pandas don't come back, we will have Game 5 tomorrow on Christmas Eve at 8 o'clock here on our YouTube channel, live with yours truly, hanging out, having a good time. Hit to McIntyre, and the Pandas are down to their final out. Nelson Maris steps in, 2 for 3, 2 singles today. This game, I should say. And hit to Mattingly, and that should do it. That's out number 3, and the Asiago Aeroplanes, they win, and they win big over the Pandas. Let's take a look at the lines. 9-16-0 for the Asiago Aeroplanes. They absolutely destroyed the ball today, and then 2-5-0. Only 5 hits for the Pandas. So that is disappointing for Pandas fans out there. For the Aeroplanes, actually this is quite interesting. I didn't actually suspect this. So let's take a look at the offense first. Multi-hit games from Bugby and from McIntyre Droop. Great game there, 3 for 4, Bam Fry, and then also 3 for 4, Butters Patrick. Again, Butters Patrick, such a clutch hitter right now, 12 RBIs, and I think most of his RBIs have come in from like the last 5-6 games. He's absolutely destroying the ball. Mattingly, it's a hit. I mean, everybody had a hit. There's no point in going through it. Everybody had a hit. Bugby had a great game, 3 RBIs, so did Patrick. More importantly, take a look at the walks and strikeouts. Aeroplanes had 4 walks, but they had 10 strikeouts. 10 strikeouts, and they still beat the Provolone Pandas 9-2. That is bananas in a 7-inning game. I mean, so that tells me 2 things. It tells me that Pandas pitchers are very good pitchers, but also tells me that Diaz definitely wasn't hitting his marks, and when they didn't hit their marks, the Aeroplanes hitters made them pay. On the Provolone Panda side, rather, multi-hit game there for Marin, and then for Everett as well, and then the last hit coming from Hamilton, and that's it. 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. Let's take a look. I'm really curious now where all these strikeouts are coming from. Diaz. Steve Diaz had 5 strikeouts today. He had 5 strikeouts. That is incredible. Benson, Idle, and then McGillies also had strikeouts. But the walks kill you, and if you don't make your pitches, that's what kills you too. If you're, we saw it a lot, especially with Diaz. I'll say too with McIntosh, who gave up he gave up 5 earned runs. 5 hits as well. But you see pitchers that have full counts, you know, lots of full counts. They got to make those pitches. The hitters get in a good hitter's count, 3-1 count, full count, something like that. And you know, you don't make your pitch. You're not hitting your marks. These Asiago Aeroplanes hitters just made you pay. And that's all it was today for game number 4. That's why the Pandas lost. Let's take a look at the top 3 players. They're all Aeroplanes players, no surprise there. 2 for 5, Jared Bugby. He had 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, and a run. Patrick had 2 RBIs, 2 runs as well. He was 3 for 4. And then McIntyre, 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run. So with that win, folks, the series is now tied. And this is a little preview of tomorrow night. So series is tied. We'll have, interestingly enough, we'll have Lushley on the mound for, this is actually a matchup of game number 1 of this 5-game series. So game number 1, that's going to be a good game tomorrow night. Now I'm excited. Game number 1, we saw Lushley v. Estes. Of course, you see Lushley there. She had a great game. She pitched fantastic. She really, really quieted the Aeroplanes' bats. Estes struggled. So that could be exactly what the Pandas need. Somebody, a solid pitcher to come in there and really calm things down. That's going to be interesting. We're going to be back at Big Sky Ballpark. So note on that is that Big Sky Ballpark not only is, so that gives the Aeroplanes home field advantage. Big Sky Ballpark is a much, much friendlier hitter's park than Socorro Hills is. Has a short porch and left field. So that should be interesting. A little matchup of game number 1. So that is it for me right now. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Games 2 and 3 here. Split series again. Split day again here. So we will see you back here on YouTube on Geek Cheese right here, folks. Tomorrow night, Christmas Eve. That's right, we're doing a Christmas Eve stream on YouTube. At 8 o'clock, we'll have game number 5 of the Provolone Pandas v. the Asiago Aeroplanes Winter League Challenge. Final game of this tournament. And yeah, we will see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at geek_cheese. That's where you get all of your updates. Check out all the fun videos that we have here on YouTube, including the whole entire playlist from our 2020 Cheese League season. We'll have Cheese League Baseball, regular Cheese League Baseball, the full season updates coming soon. We have lots of moves, lots of things happening, lots of teams trading, or not trading players, signing free agents, things like that. So that will be fun. Of course, it's all powered by Super Mega Baseball 3. If you've not played this game yet, if you haven't tried it, please go get it. It's on Steam. That's where I'm playing it right now. It's on Steam, it's on Xbox, it's on Switch, and also PlayStation. It's honestly one of the best and funnest baseball games I've ever played. Fantastic baseball simulator. You will have so much fun with it, I guarantee. And I'm pretty sure it's on sale right now on a lot of major platforms. So go check it out. And that is it. I will see you guys here tomorrow night, Christmas Eve, 2020, 8 o'clock, and check you then. Take care, folks. Have a good one. Bye.